bit that Deadpool 2 is now the highest grossing X-Men movie ever. So Deadpool 2 has officially become the highest grossing entry in the X-Men movie franchise. Deadpool's road to movie stardom was certainly a complicated one to say the least, as obviously Ryan Reynolds became interested in making the movie way back in 2004, and he actually planned to do it with David S. Goyer, the one who wrote and directed Ryan Reynolds in Blade Trinity. However, obviously Blade Trinity wasn't exactly that good of a film, but it was a bit of a dry run if you think about it for Ryan Reynolds to actually star as Deadpool. Anyway, obviously, as Blade was not Fox, it was New Line, Fox were actually planning on using the character in one of the X-Men movies, and obviously we found out that was X-Men Origins Wolverine. So Ryan Reynolds was hired to play Deadpool in that one there. And it was probably actually the only high point of that movie, as X-Men Origins Wolverine was a disaster of a movie, I thought. It had a couple of good things going for it, however, it wasn't exactly amazing. But then obviously, I think it was around 2011, 2012, when Ryan Reynolds and the guys who wrote Zombieland, they made a short, just a little footage, and just some test footage, just to show the head of Fox to see what the film was about. But for some unknown reason, the heads at Fox Studios didn't exactly get along with Deadpool's appeal and how many people loved him. And obviously then we found out, I think it was 2013, maybe 2014, when the footage was leaked online. It went viral. The new administration of Fox, they saw it and they were like, okay, people actually want to see Deadpool. So obviously the first Deadpool movie came out, and it had a fantastic marketing campaign and a gleefully R-rated tone. Obviously, as if you have seen it, it was very violent and it was very funny. And that one then became the highest grossing X-Men movie, which I believe it made something around 785 million worldwide. And for a comic book that is R-rated in the States, or 15 here in the UK, that's quite a feat to do. Sorry, I will be incorporating some ASMR triggers into the little chat we're going to be doing at the moment. So anyway, China is the reason why the Deadpool 2 has become the biggest total for Deadpool 2 to become the biggest X-Men film. However, China at the moment is becoming a very big powerhouse for movies. There's a lot of movies, if they haven't really done well in the United States, but they've done well in China and the surrounding areas, that's where all these sequels are coming from. A perfect example of this is Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim, I believe it made around 400 to 500 million worldwide, and in the States it only made roughly, I think it was 130 odd million, but the rest mostly came from Asia, where I think in China alone it took about 200 to 300 million, so obviously a sequel was greenlit. But anyway, so I was saying, so both the R-rated versions of Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2 are banned in China from being shown in the cinemas over there, the theatres. And obviously we saw last year, 2 months ago, there was Once Upon a Deadpool, which was Deadpool 2, but it was released where it had a lot of the violence cut out. And so obviously it had Fred Savage in it, and Deadpool read the story to him, the film story, Princess Bride style. Obviously it was a bit mixed, because obviously the R-rated version had a lot of violence, had a lot of jokes in, that obviously for PG-13 or 12 or for a younger audience is not exactly that good. But it paid off for it. and it's paid off massively in China, because the actual PG-13 cut in China was called Deadpool 2 I Love My Family, and it's taken in over 45 million there just for this PG-13 version, and that's pushed it now to $786 million, so it's pushed it just ahead of Deadpool 1 by a couple of million. So it'll be interesting to see now where this actually goes, because obviously Disney have now bought Fox, and obviously we do want an X-Force movie, and we also want a Deadpool 3 movie. But with Disney having it now, it'll be interesting to see if they will be allowed to have an R rating to keep going for it. Right, so that's the first part of some movie news. What else do we currently have here? Oh, we have Tom Hanks as wrapped on Toy Story 4. Don't know if any of you have actually seen the trailer that was done at the Super Bowl over the weekend, and as I say, it's gotten me very, very excited. I love Toy Story. The first one came out when I was 10, and obviously I grew up with them, and I just absolutely love it. Well, we're going to leave it by here now, and thank you very much for listening and watching. This is actually the second time I've had to upload this, as I did have a short 10-second clip of Toy Story 4 added on at the end for everybody to look. It was part of the trailer that was released over on the Super Bowl weekend, but the video actually was blocked worldwide. Thank you, Disney. You are literally ruining YouTube for everybody. Look what you've done to Star Wars fan theory. So, anyway, so I'm really sorry about this, guys, but I'll leave a link below for the trailer.